Support for this podcast comes from the law firm of Davis Malm. Whether you're a developer, property owner, manager, or commercial tenant, their real estate attorneys know the lay of the land, not just the law. Learn more at davismalm.com.
WBUR Podcasts, Boston.
I'm Daryl C. Murphy, and you're listening to The Common. Hey listeners, Team Common is observing Indigenous Peoples Day today. You can check out our episode from last Thursday on the movement to make it an official holiday statewide. That said, in place of our regular show, we're bringing you a feature from our friends in the WBUR Newsroom. It's by WBUR Arts Fellow Solon Kelleher, who recently made a trip to the Massachusetts Museum of Contemporary Art in North Adams. He got to experience MASS MoCA's new exhibit focused on expanding accessibility at the museum using visual descriptions and tours in American Sign Language. I'll let Solon take it from here.
When Joseph Grigely lost his hearing as a child growing up in western Massachusetts, he didn't know what his life would become.
When I became deaf, I thought I would probably end up being a bricklayer.
That was his father's profession, but Grigely became an artist instead. His new exhibit at MASS MoCA is titled In What Way Wham, and the centerpiece is 2 towering rooms lined with notes on paper.
They're pinned from floor to ceiling, thousands of them. And one room is all on white pieces of paper, and one room is all in color pieces of paper.
That's Denise Marconish, chief curator at MASS MoCA.
For decades, Joseph has been collecting these handwritten notes that people pass to him who don't know sign language. And early on, he just used it as a tool for communication, and he would throw them away. And then he realized that, oh no, this is the material for something, and it's an archive. And so he started collecting them all.
It's academic stuff, there's completely inane, ordinary, everyday stuff.
There's the stuff people just say in the process of having a normal conversation, as well as sketches and doodles.
See, it's a family of 3 bears, Mama Bear, Daddy Bear, Baby Bear.
The piece is titled White Noise, and it's 27 feet long and 14 feet high. Every wall within it is tightly filled from floor to ceiling with notes.
If you look around in the room, you find I'm basically laying bricks, but with paper, it's creating grids, making them meaningful. I can imagine my father coming in here and saying, okay, now when you can build a real house or something.
This exhibit marks the first time MASS MoCA has included audio descriptions, as well as guided tours presented in American Sign Language as part of its accessibility programming.
Here was an artist who could help us figure out where to start, and somebody who has been fighting for this for decades and who you could trust to say, like, these are the right ways to do it.
The right ways to do it meant calling upon the right artists from across the country. For the audio descriptions, MASS MoCA recruited Chicago-based artist Andy Slater. Here he is discussing Grigely's piece titled Between the Walls and Me.
One of the funniest things is that he had this huge, stone cast of his head made, right? And he smashed it against the wall of the gallery. And I suggested that he recorded himself doing that because that is a wonderful part of access. Being able to hear the sound of the stuff smashed against the wall, understanding the impact and the power he put behind it, hearing all the drywall fall on the ground and knowing where it landed on the floor in the gallery and that sort of stuff, I think could be a really cool, creative way of describing the thing sonically.
American Sign Language tours of this exhibit will be led by deaf and hard of hearing guides. And for Grigely, the effort is about refocusing the narratives of accessibility programming around the experience of having disabilities.
It's ideally the perspective of disabled people. It's really a fundamental aspect of an angle of the work that typically gets overlooked or underheard.
In an exhibit about the challenges of being deaf, the frustrations, and even isolation, Grigely has also highlighted the moments of connection, the joys, the compassion, the laughter. and what's worth communicating. For 90.9 WBUR, I'm Solon Kelleher.
Thanks so much to our friend Solon Kelleher for that story. We'll be back with our regular show tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm Daryl C. Murphy, and I'll talk to you soon.